Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. MTG Box Analysis here to take another look at Commander Masters in the Set Booster Box form. So we've got one of the boxes that I purchased off of Woot here for $229. So this is definitely not a repeat of Monday's video. Same box, or at least the same box of cards, but let's see what kind of value this one holds compared to Monday's box and of course the previous ones opened on the channel. If I can get it open. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and pull out our 18 packs of cards. Fantastic. There we go. Let's just go ahead and take that box and move it off screen. And let's just jump right in. So we'll do the same as we did on Monday. We'll go through a few packs where I kind of read through all the cards. And then we'll start going really fast through the packs. And I'll use some automation to kind of help with that. But I'll be pricing out every card valued over $1 on the screen. So we got ourselves a Spirit, followed by a Vial of Dragonfire. Then we're going to see a Champion's Helm as our first rare, with a Wretched Confluence as our second. And then we're going to see ourselves Yisan the Wandering Baird as our third rare, and that'll do it. We're going to see a Whisper Blood Liturgist with a Meteor Golem, followed by an Acidic Slime, a Dread Drone. Then we've got a Custody Squire, followed by a Volshock Battle Gear, a Haunted Cloak, an Unstable Obelisk, a Bonder's Ornament. Then we're going to see Slimefoot the Stowaway coming in the borderless treatment with a Forest and a non-signed art card. All right, not the best pack number one. Certainly, Monday's box had a better pack one. All right, this one is going to kick off, though, with a list card. We're going to see Nivix, Airy of Firemind coming in as a land off of the list, followed by a Wind Rider Wizard. And behind that, we're going to see ourselves a Steel Shaper's Gift. This is going to be a pretty decent hit for us. And then we're going to see ourselves a Torrential Gearhulk, followed by Nekusar the Mindraiser. And that'll do it. And then we got a Captain Ripley Vance, followed by an Animal Magnetism with a Corpse Augur, a Thriving Grove, followed by a Thriving Bluff. That's number 2. And then a Prismatic Lens, Prophetic Prism, an Explorer's Scope, and a Staunch Throne Guard, with a counterspell coming in at borderless. Going to be a pretty reasonable hit for us with a Mountain. And another non-signed art card. I kind of paused on those lands there because we did see a pack in the previous box that had 4 consecutive ones in a row. The Thriving Moors and so on. So we got ourselves a Soldier, followed by a Loyal Subordinate and Foil, with a Rejuvenating Springs coming in from the land cycle, followed by an Odric Master Tactician. And then we're going to see Sharil's Shaziro Caretaker, Melik Izzet Paragon, a Portal Mage, followed by a Factor Fiction with a Body Double, a Thriving Isle, a Thriving Moor, a Thriving Heath. So that time we got 3. Isilithin Caryatid with a Foundry Inspector, and a Myriad Landscape coming in the borderless, followed by a Mountain and a non-signed art card. All right, so I think this will be the last pack that we go through every single card by name, and I'll slow it down on the cards that I'll say matter. So we got ourselves a Treasure with Captain Ripley Vance and Foil, with a Smothering Tide, our first mythic of the box, and it's a good one. Hooray. And directly behind that, we're going to see ourselves Eureka the Tiger's Shadow, followed by Payana Nomad Captain, Judith the Scourge Diva, Coveted Peacock with a Phyrexian Ingester. Then we get Kozilek's Predator, Ulamog's Crusher, followed by a Rapacious One, Carrier Thrall with a Sunspear Shikari, a Mir Smith, Command Tower, followed by Plains, and another non-signed art card. We saw 3 in Monday's box, so maybe we'll see the same or one less. All right, so we are going to be treated to a card off of the list. We're going to see Darien, King of Keljor, followed by a Generous Gift as a foil borderless right up front, followed by an Amadatu's Augury as our first rare. Then we're going to see a Souza, Lost But Seeking. All right, sliding into our next pack. This one starts off with a Soldier token. And then we're going to see ourselves a rare foil Jazal Goldmane coming in as our first rare, with a Lifeblood Hydra as number 2, then a Cardor Ghost Chieftain as number 3, and that'll do it. Wow, lots of lands in the back of that one. Got the treasure, followed by a witch's cauldron in foil, with a tooth and nail, followed by a Hellkite charger, an Endrick Shaw master breeder, and then we're going to see ourselves a rejuvenating springs coming in the borderless. Love that artwork. All right, that was the Elvish Mystic in art form, but no signature, so no shout out to the artist. That's just kind of how we do it around here. So we got the Sapperling, followed by the Elvish Mystic in foil. Whoa, there we go. We got ourselves the Jeweled Lotus coming in from the main set. Amazing hit for us, valued pretty close to $100. All right, we'll take that and put that straight away down. And then we're going to see ourselves a Training Center, another good rare. And then we're going to see Mystics of Ismagus, and that'll do it for that pack. But we are going to see an Ashnod's Altar, probably the best uncommon in the set. Deep Analysis. All right, we are going to see our first signed art card here. This is going to be the Treasure Nabber by Pete Venters. Thank you very much, Pete, for illustrating that card and contributing to the game that we all love. So we got ourselves the Spirit, followed by Kintree Spirit. Then we're going to see a Vindictive Leech, followed by Zalortha Strength Incarnate, and that'll do it. We're not even quite at the halfway point. We only have 2 mythics, but we do have the best one in the set. All right, we got ourselves a Servo, followed by a Staunch Throne Pad, followed by a Chromatic Lantern, and then we're going to see ourselves the first medallion of the box. It's going to be the Emerald Medallion, followed by Teferi Temporal Archmage, and a Kindred Dominance coming in the borderless treatment. Very nice to see that. So quad rare pack there. Oh, we are going to see a list card here. It is going to be a Primal Cocoon coming from Magic 2011. And with that, we're going to see a Demon's Disciple in foil, followed by a Sower of Discord. Then we're going to see ourselves a Fiery Confluence with Balin Wandering Knight. Another Counterspell. It's definitely far less mythics in this box, but I'm hoping that picks up. So we got a Bird, followed by Lightning Greaves in foil. Then we're going to see a Hammer of Nazam, very good hit for us, followed by Kozilek the Great Distortion. Unfortunately, this is not the best mythic in the set. And behind that, we're going to see ourselves the Maelstrom Wanderer. All right, so we're going to slide our Smothering Tide and our Jeweled Lotus up to the top because those are the key mythics so far. We can pull the borderless Jeweled Lotus in here. We can't get the etched foil, but the borderless or frame break borderless is an option for us. So we got the Monarch, followed by a Faithless Looting. Then we're going to see ourselves a Toxic Deluge coming in. Decent hit from the main set. With a Deadly Rollick, a more decent hit from the main set. And then we're going to see ourselves Drakashaw Maw of Flames, and that'll do it. All right, so we do get another signed art card in the back here. This is going to be the Sliver Gravemother by Chris Ron. Thank you very much, Chris. All right, so we are just past the halfway point. I think we're pulling up our third list card here, maybe fourth. So we got ourselves a Counter Lash coming in off of the list. It's a rare. And then behind that, we're going to see ourselves a Foil Thriving Heath, as though I didn't have enough of these. We are then going to see a Star of Extinction with a Demon Lord Belzenlock to make that the worst pack of the box, probably. Command Sphere, Foil Forest, and another non-signed art card. All right, this one has the Eldrazi Scion with a foil command tower. And then we're going to see ourselves a Wayward Swordtooth, followed by Miri Weatherlight Duelist, an Arcane Signet, All right, final pack in stack number 2. All right, we got the human, followed by a mythic insurrection coming in foil. Very nice to see that. It's our first foil mythic of the box, followed by a regal behemoth. Then we're going to see ourselves a curtain's call with Zatalpa Primal Dawn. All right, to make a quad rare pack. Stepping into our last stack here, we've got ourselves another card off of the list. And off of the list here, we got ourselves a Rigathon Firecat from M14, followed by a Spike Shot Goblin in foil. And then we're going to see ourselves a Balefire Dragon coming in. Mythic hit for us, decent enough. Then we got ourselves a Storm Surge Kraken, followed by an Alms Collector. And then we're going to see Safara Sky's Blade. Very nice. Good pack. Path to Exile, Return to Dust. We're even going to see a Vandablast in the back, but no signed art card. So let's just take a quick second. Let's stack up all of the rares. So we're sitting at 5 mythics. And I just want to show you how many rares there are in this box so far. That is a little insane. So stay tuned for the MTG box analysis as we kind of unpack all of these 18 packs from a data perspective. So we got the Scion, followed by a foil Thran Dynamo. Then we're going to see a Scourge of the Throne, followed by Giza Blade of Gold Knight. And then we're going to see Nahab the Eternal, a mythic coming in, kind of in that portrait treatment. And then behind that, we got Kembaka Regent. All right, so right behind this, we are going to see Taisa Karlov coming in the foil portrait treatment. Very nice to see that for rare number 1. Then we're going to see Azuri's Predation coming in as our first or second rare. Then Galta Primal Hunger coming in as our third rare. And that'll do it. With an Exsanguinate. All right, we are down to 5 packs. Let's see another big hit. Love to see another great henge. We saw one of those in Monday's box, so I'll definitely take another. Got ourselves a Thopter, followed by an Ashnod's Altar coming in foil. Very nice card there. Followed by a Bribery coming in as a mythic. Cool. Then we're going to see an Angelic Field Marshal as our first rare, or second rare-ish. Then we get a Zantac Sleeper Agent. And it's Zancha, not Zantac. Zantac, I think, is a heartburn medication. All right, next pack in, we are going to see a mythic from the list. It's going to be a god. We're going to see Heliod, God of the Sun, coming in. Very nice. First mythic off of the list. And then right behind that, we're going to see ourselves Kozilek's Predator in foil with a Gilded Lotus, the Lesser Lotus, followed by Gado, Bandit Warlord. All right, 3 packs to go. We got the Zombie with Vedora Grave Gardener. Then we're going to see ourselves our second medallion, the Ruby Medallion, with a Commandeer. Very nice. And behind that, we're going to see Urza, Lord High Artificer, to add to our Mythic collection. And then we're going to see Joriel, the Recluse, coming in. Skyshroud Claim. All right, 2 packs to go. I'm glad to see our mythic count has climbed. So we got an Eldrazi with a foil shelter, followed by our third medallion, the Pearl. Then we're going to see Magus of the Wheel with Kaikar Wind's Fury. And then we're going to see ourselves a Flawless Maneuver coming in borderless. Good hit for us. All right, final pack, then we'll jump into the analysis. All right, no list card in this one. We're just going to see ourselves a City's Blessing with a foil Croson Tusker. Then we've got ourselves a Vault of Champions from the Land Cycle, followed by a Kindred Dominance. Then we're going to see Morphon the Boundless, another mythic for us, good one. Then we've got Khazul, Tyrant of the Cliffs, with a Final Parting, Eternal Witness, Supply Runners, Gavany Silversmith. Then we're going to see the Pollen Bright Druid with a Fierce Empath, Brass Knuckles, Darksteel Ingot, and then we're going to see the Elvish Mystic and Borderless with a Swamp in Retro, and a Deadly Rollick coming in as our last non-signed art card. All right, so I'll get everything sorted, organized, and be right back with the MTG box analysis. Let's get things started by reviewing the contents of the box. Using this chart, we can see the cards that we were eligible to see shaded in gray, the non-foils we pulled in green, and the foils in orange. In the non-foil space, we saw between 39 and 46 cards for each of the colors of Magic, along with 28 borderless. In the foil space, we saw between 1 and 4 cards for each of the colors of Magic, and 4 foil borderless. Moving into coverage, in the non-foil space, we saw 324 unique cards from the 533 cards we were eligible to obtain, giving us 61% coverage. This is just slightly higher than Monday's box. Our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was a tie between black and green, each with 70%. In the foil space, we saw 29 unique cards, giving us 5% of the cards we were eligible to see. Our highest coverage among the colors of Magic was again a tie, but this time it's between red and green, each with 6%. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in today's box we saw 98% of the commons and 66% of the uncommons we were eligible to see in non-foil. We also picked up 60 of the 169 rares for 36% coverage and 8 non-foil mythics for 15% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 10% of the commons and 5% of the uncommons, along with 2 foil rares for 1% coverage and 1 foil mythic for 2% coverage. In the end, this box contains 64 rares and 10 mythics in 24 packs, if we include the cards we pulled off of the list. From a duplication standpoint, this box was pretty darn good. We only saw 7 cards repeated twice for a duplication rate of 2%. Before getting into the value of today's box, let's take a look at the current value of the set. This chart displays all 533 cards that you can pull from a set booster pack using non-foil market prices as of February 1st, 2024. Currently, the set contains 42 cards valued over $10, as the Training Center and Grave Pact have increased this week. Now, of these 42 cards, 14 of these cards are valued over $25, and 5 of them are valued over $50. The set also contains 48 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 92 cards in the $1 to $5 range. The other 2/3 of the set, or 351 cards, are valued under $1. A set of all 533 cards have a current market value of $1,807.90, which is up about $33 since Monday's box opening. Now let's begin to recap the actual observed value that we saw in today's box, starting off with a look at the non-foils. In today's box, we saw 7 cards valued over $10, including the Training Center, Morphon the Boundless, Flawless Maneuver, Ruby Medallion, Deadly Rollick, Smothering Tide, and the number 2 card that we could have pulled, the Jeweled Lotus, valued at $99.78. We also saw 16 cards valued over $5, with the Hammer of Nazan, valued at $9.96, taking the top spot. And the box even contained 39 cards valued between $1 and $5. The other 269 non-foils in the box are currently valued under $1. In the foil space, this box was not so great. We didn't see any cards valued over $10 and only the Ashnod's Altar in the $5 to $10 range. We did pick up 9 foils valued between $1 and $5, but the other 19 foils in the box are valued under $1. So how did this box perform? Well, the market price for this box as of February 1st is $296.39. The Commander Master Set Booster Box contains 24 packs, each with 15 cards, allowing you to see 360 cards plus tokens. Now, the 18 tokens and 24 art cards that we pulled have a current market value of $26.05 combined, thanks mostly due to the signed Sliver Grave Mother valued at $7, which is the number 2 art card that you can pull from the set. Now, the 6 cards that we saw from the list were fair, but only have a combined value of $6.22. The 24 retro lands and 157 commons combined have a value of $50.39, and the 108 uncommons are valued at $66.29. Now, the 62 rares that we saw from the Commander Master set have a combined value of $187.59, and our 9 mythics are valued at $172.13. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to be $508.67 in card market value, which is a gain of $212 over the market price for the box, and means that it returned 172% of the market price in card value. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 49 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined value of $401.71, which means that those 49 cards represent 79% of the box total and 136% of the market price. Before we close out the video, let's compare the 4 set booster boxes opened so far on the channel. Here's a recap of what we've seen in the 4 boxes. Now, despite the colors, there's only a little bit of variation here. What's important to note is that the coverage and duplication is very consistent across the boxes, and you can expect to see 2 to 3 signed art cards and 6 to 7 cards from the list. You're probably also going to see between 58 and 62 rares and between 7 and 9 mythics. From a value perspective, here's how the 4 boxes look using market prices as of February 1st, 2024. As you can see, despite the card distribution being very close, there are some dramatic differences in card value for the categories. Today's box performed the best in the art card space with $20.86 in value. But today's box was second for the list. I think it's important to note that for the list slot, this is not a key slot for the set. Now, for the basic lands and commons, today's box was the best of the 4, but today's box was second best for the uncommons and third for the rares. Finally, this box just barely lost to the first one in the mythic value slot with less than $5 difference. And here's a look at the total market value of the 4 boxes. As you can see, every single one of the boxes has breached the market value by more than $100, and 2 of the boxes by more than $200. Is there a bad set booster box of Commander Masters out there? I'm sure there is. Luckily, I haven't found it, and I hope you never do either. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, do something amazing. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people, all by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.